Well, I'm going to tell the story that I started the other day, and it's about Barbara and myself. Barbara and I started dating in October of let's see, what year? I got to get this straight. 1967. And of course, I'd actually seen her. I actually met her the first time in 1966, the year before. And she was when she was a freshman in high school, and I was struck on her then, and I tried to do everything I could to sort of date her and get to know her better and everything then. But it took me about a full year, and of course our first date was in October 20th, 1967, and it was a simple affair. You might say it was a simple get together. It was after a football game. I was number 31 on the football team. I was a halfback, and of course I didn't get to play that much. I was a good sub and played on special teams, and I wasn't a star by any shape of the game, you might say. I was a good player, and a fast player, but I enjoyed the game. But we had a special event after the game, and I'd asked Barbara to go with me, and she said she would, and I was thrilled about that. And that's where it started. We had the special event after the game, and then I took her home after that, and asked her out for the next week, and she said she'd go with me. And for the life of me, I don't remember where we went on our first date. I'd have to ask Barbara. I guess our second date wasn't our first date, but I mean our first sort of official date, because we weren't tying it into another event like the football game. And that night I asked her to go steady with me, and she's been going steady with me ever since. That was 55 years ago. I've been thrilled to death to be with her. I love her dearly. We've had two beautiful children. My daughter was born in 71, my son in 73, and we're thrilled that we still have a wonderful life with our children. And of course now my son is married. My daughter is never married, but my son married and gave us a grandson, and he's been a thrill of our life too. And he's a senior in high school now, and I'm thrilled to death. He's an excellent student, very smart boy. Hopefully he'll get in at NC State this year. That's what we're hoping for. He's ranked about 5th or 6th in his class. He was a junior marshal this past year, and he is co-captain of the soccer team. He's done real well on the soccer team. He's scored about 18 goals so far this year. Get him. Yes. All right.
Goal scored by number 19, Michael Jones.
And he's, doing really well, keeping his grades up really good. Like I said, A student. And to this point right now, He's gone all through school and has never made a B in his life. I can't say I was quite that way, I can tell you. Now his grandmother, my wife, of course she was the brains. Barbara she was valedictorian of her class, and I've always been very proud of her. Our son came along and he was salutatorian of his class, and all that. Now Michael, he's in a little bit different situation. He's at a charter school, a bigger school than what we went to. We went to Cherryville High School, my wife and I and my son, and a little bit smaller school. And Michael got an opportunity to go to this charter school, which is called Highland Tech, and it's a very high-ranked school. I think it's like second or third in the state of North Carolina. So we're real proud of that, and we're real proud that he's doing so well academically and socially and athletically too. So we're real tickled with that. So things are going real well. But this is a little bit of the video of what's going on with us, and unfortunately my health has not been 100% the past couple of years with my bypass surgery and those sort of things, and we kind of want to explain. I've had a lot of people that have emailed me and called me and asked different questions. So this is sort of a reveal of that, and I hope you like the video, and it'll just be what it is. Thank you very much. You'll say, hey, honey.
Hey, honey.
Don't mean it quite that way. All right. Oh, it's a bright day today.
Yes, it is.
Very bright.
Beautiful.
Wait up on me. Come here. We're here together. So you can look in the camera there.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're celebrating 55 years from our very first date.
That's right.
And I've been putting up with her for a long time. She's been putting up with me for a long time. 55 years. And we went out on our first date, and then the second date we started going steady.
That's right.
And we've been going steady ever since. And we got married in 1970, so we've been married 52 years.
Mm-hmm.
This October 29th.
That's right. You got it right.
I got it right. I got all the dates
you got
right.
it all right.
All right, well that's good.
That's good.
Well, I'm gonna attempt to walk with her today because I'm having issues with my breathing, which you'll probably see and hear because of my bypass surgery a couple of years ago. I had one of the blockages that actually blocked again. So I'm having wind or breathing, not wind, don't laugh, breathing issues.
Yeah.
You might read into what Barbara was thinking. But when I go take a walk, sometimes I can't walk as far as she can. She likes to get out and walk. And this is a pretty fall, crisp day. Let me get this so I want to see I got to frame it there a little bit better. This is a real pretty fall, crisp day, and I want to be able to get a little walking in. You're going to hear the acorns under our feet. We've got plenty of acorns that are on the ground and all kinds of stuff. And I'm running out of breath already.
Because we're talking.
Yeah, because I'm talking and walking.
Yep.
And it's takes its toll on me.
Right.
But anyway, I wanted to get out here discuss that a little bit, and people that hear me on a regular basis and kind of get an idea of what's going on. And oh me, I'm gonna walk up here to the curb, and then I'm gonna let her do her own thing because I'm out of breath already. And that's the misfortune of having a blockage again. So, all right, honey, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna turn it around. Say bye.
Bye.
I'll see her in a little bit, and we'll pan around as I catch my breath. Here's some of my equipment and that sort of stuff. And I'll turn it back around here. I got to take a breather, and like I said, that's the unfortunate part of having a blockage come back. This is what happens. I'm just basically out of breath. Let me see, I'm gonna see if I can set this camera up here. Yeah, put it on the magnet there. And I can catch my breath a little bit. But I try to get out and get some exercise. The doctor wants me to get more, but it's tough. Like I said, y'all have been witness to just how short of a distance it takes for me to get out of breath. I can stand around, I can talk, and a few things like that. And on my Sunday morning chat, I'm able to talk for over an hour. Every once in a while, I had to kind of back off a little bit because it's tough to breathe. And that's key to life. You got to have oxygen. You got to breathe. And I've got to do this exercise each day. I mean, what the situation is, I had a quadruple bypass back in 2020, in August of 2020. And then last year, I noticed around December or January of last year, in 2021, that I was having difficulty breathing. Well, they did a heart catheterization last January, I believe it was, or February, and they saw that one of the veins, not the artery, one of the veins had reblocked. And so, and I thought, well, what can they do? Put a stent in or whatever? And they said no, they couldn't do anything for it. That was one of the veins. One of the veins that had blocked. So basically, I have to live with it. Now, it's not good news to hear, but I'm trying my best. And this is one of the things that I'm having to deal with. I can't breathe as good, and I'm gonna pick this up again. I can't get around as good. I mean, I can physically move, but I run out of breath. I mean, that's the situation. I mean, I'm getting out and I'm trying to move and do some things, and I'm good for a short distance, but if I try to exert myself too much, then I'm totally exhausted. I give you an example. It's sort of like when I was running track as a high school student. I would run the 100 or the 200, and I would be gasping for breath when I was finished because I'd exerted myself 100%, trying to win the race. And that's the way I feel. at the end of a walk like this. I mean, I feel totally exhausted, and I feel like that, yeah, I'm gasping for breath. I mean, I'm walking back to the house now, and by the time I get to the house, and you'll hear me kind of take a deep breath, I'll be out of breath again. And so just kind of giving everybody an update. Some of the people on my channel, they hear me talk about this a little bit, but this is a sort of a perfect example, and I hope it doesn't bother you hearing me kind of get out of breath. I'm not trying to make it sound really bad, but I mean, it's tough, and people ask me how I'm doing, and this is how I'm doing. I mean, I'm dealing with it and trying to get a little more exercise every day when I can. This is an update of how I've been doing, and I've had a lot of people ask me about that, and that's what's going on in my life. That's a real life situation. Appreciate it.